Hey everybody! Welcome to another episode of Cam Reviews. In case you're just tuning in, CAM stands for Cheap Ass Movies. It's the show where we go out and we look for cheap movies, we watch them, and we review them for your pleasure. This week's video is The Raid. It is unrated and basically about an elite SWAT team that is tasked with raiding the safe house in order to take down a notorious drug lord located in Jakarta. Basically, a spotter blows their cover and the drug lord knows that they're there and he sends all of his goons out to take care of them. Well, without further ado, let's get some first impressions. Alright, Nathan, what's your take on this film?
The Raid Redemption. I'd say it looks pretty badass. Got a cop on the cover, so I'm pretty pumped up. Got a lot of punching, looks like. Dude with machete. Guns. I'm expecting great things from this movie.
Alright, Lizzie, first impression, please.
I've already seen this movie, so I know what it's about. I have to say that the cover doesn't really give off the same vibe that the movie actually is. It makes it look pretty cheesy on the cover, but super high-paced action, very violent, but also very realistic violence for how ridiculous it is at the same time. It's really, really awesome, and I'm really excited to watch it again for this.
Sean, what is your first impression?
The Raid Redemption, I gotta say, absolutely one of the finest beat-em-up films pretty much ever created. It's got a great soundtrack that is fun to listen to, gets your heart racing when you're listening to, so brilliance. Brilliance. Marvelous. Brilliance. I can't really say too much without sounding like an utter fool with how much I love this movie. He looks like me with a shirt on, but take his shirt off, he's chiseled out of obsidian.
Exactly.
So.
He's just tiny, that's all.
Yeah.
He's all muscle.
I'll take off my shirt and she'll just bring that up. Just like, god damn.
If only you were Indonesian.
If only you were Indonesian.
It's gonna happen. Accept it.
Oh, Nathan counted.
Math. It'll let you live a little longer.
Ew. Junkies. Okay, by the way, best advice for anyone who encounters a tweaker or a junkie: if you're ever scared or intimidated in the middle of the night by someone who you believe is a meth addict, just yell at them really loudly and obscurely, "Go eat a sandwich!" or "Buy a puppy!" That noise and sound will confuse them to the point where they actually have to walk away from you. Works every time. 60% of the time it works every time.
Don't listen to him!
Where is
You'll
that
be
piece of
murdered.
advice from?
That's from Ryan Gregg, a tattoo artist who deals with many
and
meth
scholar.
heads.
Yeah, that's a police vehicle. Why wouldn't it be bulletproof?
It's Indonesian?
Yeah.
Yeah. The kind
They
of
can't afford
ammunition
it.
they're using, perhaps. I don't know. The fact of the matter is, they're dead.
They don't make movies like this in America.
It's so simple, too.
No.
Just,
I love Dredd, but this kicks
Just
it
get
ass.
good actors. It feels like it's a similar plot, too.
very, very similar, actually.
But
I hadn't made that comparison until you mentioned it.
Yeah.
You're absolutely correct.
Check out Fro Guy, he's pretty cool. Doesn't die.
Spoiling it. Gosh, lazy!
Spoiler alert.
Telling us people are gonna die?
That's my favorite. I'm telling you, people got
No CGI, it's all real.
Yeah, they murdered people in this movie.
Except for the killing.
Yeah.
That was so cool!
Oh my gosh!
He broke every single one of those tiles.
Dude is a ninja!
This guy is awesome.
He should be the new Jet Li.
Yeah.
I love the camera placements on this. It's amazing.
Cinematography
Yes.
is brilliant.
Just because she's beautiful, she's a prostitute. I've seen some pretty
No,
ugly
because he
prostitutes
was
in my time.
because he was ugly.
Not to say I've had
I don't know. I
prostitutes.
don't know that she was a prostitute. I don't know. She was really hot.
Okay,
Unique
there's
fighting styles.
the guy running in with the drugs is in the back. There he is. He's just scooping shit up and he's booking that. There he goes. There he goes.
Being tortured.
I've never heard anyone say something like that with such happiness. Brothers being tortured.
Means a cool scene is coming.
A really awful Nickelodeon television show in the future, like Clarissa Explains It All, gone like super binge.
Well, we just got done watching The Raid, and now we are going to review it. Sean, why don't you start us off? What did you think of this film?
I thought it was beautiful. I thought that if they were ever to produce either a manga or a graphic novel series of a prequel or a story of after, I need to know more about these characters and what's going on in this world. It was a masterpiece of martial arts. I can't praise it anymore for doing exactly what I wanted it every single time.
Right.
It's cool how you say like you want to hear more about these characters, because it's so true. Even the characters that you don't even really like know actually anything about, just in the way that they move and talk and fight, they're all so unique and individual that you know that there's just the story behind them, even if you don't hear anything
There's
about it
something
in this
behind
movie.
it, yeah. Very rarely do you see three-dimensional characters that are peripheral characters.
I mentioned earlier that I noticed that the camera seemed to move with the hits, the kicks, the punches. Like it would move with it, and I felt that really helped because we could almost visually feel the hits.
Totally.
I mean,
Yeah.
we weren't getting hit, but we could kind of, it added a nice effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
Where soundtrack
Yeah.
usually is the only thing that does that. In this particular instance, like you mentioned, the camera work did that as well.
It's very subtle, uses a lot of bass.
Right, there wasn't even music in a large portion of it, except when action did start to happen with, lots of bullet fire and things like that, where you have music underlaying. But when they were just talking and shit was going down, I mean, it was very low playing music or none at all, which was kind of refreshing.
Like we told you guys earlier, it's actually not the original soundtrack. The original Indonesian soundtrack is actually, you can tell that the Linkin Park guy actually took inspiration from it though, because the way he uses the music, it might be more loud and intense the way he uses it. In the original soundtrack, it's used the exact same way. It's actually just to accentuate the fighting.
Just more dubsteppy.
I want to talk about that climactic fighting scene.
Yeah, we should
real
probably
quick.
talk about the fighting.
Okay, yeah.
It just was like, oh, this is freaking awesome.
And it wouldn't stop.
It just keeps going.
I know, it was not a very, it was not a quick battle, it lasted.
It's like a 7-minute fight
But I mean,
scene.
Yeah.
you start off with the shooting from the balcony scene, and then you go to the hallway scene where main character kicks 14 guys' just asses in the most awesome ways,
Just
and you're like,
coming out of
man,
rooms.
that has to be the most awesome scene, and then it just gets cooler and cooler until this climactic 2 versus 1 battle with the Mad Dog.
Even
It's
that's
just
It's
blows
mind
your
blowing.
mind.
I don't remember seeing any cuts during the entire fight scene.
You
No.
just-
I think that was
No.
shot all in one take. That's what it looked like.
Well,
I don't
there were
remember
some
the video.
camera changes, so maybe there were, but there was
Yeah.
just so fluid.
But
How
How
can
can you do that in different takes
I don't
without
know.
exhausting your actors?
I don't
mean,
know.
it's almost humanly, physically impossible unless they did that over the course of several months, which
Like
it just seems
crazy movie
unrealistic.
magic,
you know?
like-
Right.
Okay, buy, rent, or pass. Nathan?
I'm going with a very definite and very passionate buy it.
Lizzie, buy, rent, pass.
Definite buy and watch again and again and again.
And again.
And again.
And again.
Keep going.
Never stop.
Keep watching.
Sean, buy, rent, pass.
Please buy this movie. Show it to all your friends.
Yes, tell you.
Tell everyone that they at least need to give it a shot, especially if they like action movies, they like people getting punched, people getting shot. Get out and buy it.
And we need to try and get this dude that played the lead character in some movies over here.
Yeah,
Come over to
let's
Hollywood.
give this some support so we can see him more
What's his
often.
name? Is it on the back of the box to show you what his name is? Uwais is how I would pronounce it. I probably butchered it.
Whoever he is, and same thing with this
With
guy.
the villain guy.
The villain guy.
I'll
Both of them.
I'll put pictures in front of Lizzie and Sean's faces and show you who these people are. Get these people over here
Hey.
so we can.
Okay.
Caesar says, watch Raid.
Well, guys, that was our review of The Raid. We got 3 buys on that one, so we highly recommend this video. Definitely a must buy, at least a must see several dozen times. So, thanks for watching and have a great week. Just a reminder, guys, if you want to check out last week's video, it's right over here. If you want to check out next week's video, it's right over here. Please subscribe up above and like. Thank you. See ya.